Let's get started planning the essay. This is the video for 1.14, Raisin in the Sun, planning the paragraphs. Oh, I shouldn't call it an essay. It's 2 paragraphs we're writing. An essay can be 2 paragraphs long, but this is kind of a shortened essay, 2 paragraphs, okay? The lesson objective students will be able to plan their literary analysis paragraphs. All right, so let's move on. Go back, first of all, to your 1.9 chart, the table in there where you took some notes about a character. I'm hoping you can use this now to write your paragraphs. And before you write your paragraphs, you're planning them out in 1.14. So here's my chart, and I revised it a little bit because I learned more about Assegai since 1.9. Now I learned that he has this dream to go back to his home country in Africa, Nigeria, and to help things to be better. And so I'm calling that progress in Africa. There are lots of obstacles to this dream. History, doubt, he's only one person. And here's a quote that shows his dream. I will look about my village at the illiteracy and disease and ignorance, and I will not wonder long, and perhaps I will be a great man. And so that's really what he's dreaming of. He's dreaming of helping Africa to be better, to have more people in his village and villages like it, be educated, and get out of poverty. And the symbol that I found is connected to his character comes from page 134. So that was in the very last act, Act 3. And it's when he is trying to get Beneatha to look at things differently after she's so upset with Walter losing the money. And he says, what you just said about the circle, it isn't a circle. It is simply a long line, as in geometry, you know, one that reaches into infinity. So Beneatha was talking about how she saw life as just a circle we march around and where we all just have this little mirage in front of us that's just this fake idea of what could become a dream, right? What could become reality, but it's never going to happen. And Assegai disagrees. He believes that progress is a line that never ends. And so we're not marching in a circle, never changing. We're always moving. No matter how long it takes, change will come, even if we can't see it because it's too far in the future. So the next step that you need to do after you look at your table again is to think deeply about these characters and how they end up dealing with this dream by the very end of the play. The essay prompt, the paragraphs, ask you, how does the author use symbolism and characterization to make a point about dreaming in a time of turmoil? And so you're going to pick one character and you're going to think about the dream the character has, how the character overcomes obstacles to the dream, and what's a symbol that Hansberry uses to convey this dream. So here are the brainstorming questions now that are in part 1 of 1.4. First, you need to say which character you're going to write about. You can't write about Assegai. That's the example. You're going to write about either Mama, Ruth, Walter Lee, or Beneatha. Pick one right now and write it down in your chart in 1.14. The next question is, why did you choose this character? Do you like this character? What's interesting about this character? Just write your own personal response of why you chose this character. Number 3 is, what is this character's dream? Include a quote with page number. Progress in Africa is Assegai's dream. That's who I am writing about. And the quote from page 135 works well to show his dream. Why is this their dream? I've explained here more about how he won't give up on his dream of trying to fight for social progress in Africa. He wants to bring literacy and healthcare to the average people of Africa. And even though he knows this will be difficult, he doesn't want to give up. All right, moving on to question 5. How does the character work for their dream? Do they change the way they try to achieve the dream? Do they ever lose hope? Do they change their dream itself? Well, again, I'm writing about Asagai, and so I say he hopes as an idealist to make the world a better place, but acknowledges that he may not be enough to make the kind of change he wants to see. 6, what ends up happening to the character in their dream by the end of the play? What happens at the end of the play that is connected to their dream? Now, for Asagai, it's a little bit different because he's not in that very last scene, but all of the other characters are. So look carefully at the very last scene and what is said that connects to their dream, what is done that connects to a symbol. How does Hansberry kind of tie up this dream at the end of the play in Act 3? I suggest I do have the mentioning, because the one thing we do see having to do with Asagai in Act 3 is that Beneatha mentions to Mama that Asagai proposed. Maybe they will go to Africa together and make these wonderful changes, and she can practice medicine there and help people. 7, what is a symbol connected to this character's dream? What does the symbol represent? So I am using this line into infinity, and I'm explaining that he rejects Beneatha's version of the world as a circle that we march around in forever. Instead, he imagines working for change, never ending, just like a straight geometric line. And I have my quote here as well. All right, then the last step, or the last piece of this is to craft your thesis statement. Question 8 asks you about how the symbol connects with the character, their dream. And I say here, Asagai explains, engaging in change means that you are forever trying to imagine and create a better future, even if you can't see the results. In the same way that a line moves forever, even if you can't see it, because it's into infinity, way after we exist. Okay, then the thesis statement. Here's what you have to include. You have to include the name of the play. And so use this sentence frame if you like, or change it a little bit, like I did. And you have to include the character's dream. And you have to include the character, I guess, make sure you include the character's name, their dream, and then the symbol and what it represents. So my example, the character Joseph Asagai from A Raisin in the Sun considers himself an idealist who won't give up his dream of progress in Africa. And Lorraine Hansberry uses a geometric line into infinity to symbolize how progress never ends. Good luck as you write yours now.